Well, hey there guys, I've been buying so much Switch games lately. I think it's time I do a little haul video on all the stuff I got. We're going to start with the Starlink Battle for Atlas, and we're going to end with the European Collector's Edition for Smash Bros. Ultimate. So, in the last couple months, I think I bought like 9 games in total, which I'm all going to show you, and I'm going to tell you why I wanted to buy them. So, first off, let's start with Starlink, the Battle for Atlas. At first, it seemed like they had just slapped on Star Fox on this, but it actually comes with an R-Wing. It actually ends up that after a couple of reviews that I watched, this game is kind of a new Star Fox game. Well, at first you start out with the Starlink cast, and then you bump into the Star Fox dudes, and they kind of help you out, and from there on it's pretty much, you could kind of look at it as a Star Fox game. Now Nintendo's been known to do this. They did it with the Mario Rabbids Kingdom game. Ubisoft, well, they're doing okay. Now the thing that was holding me back for getting this one, even though it's a bigger box and it has some of these toys come to life, it was like 80 euros at first, and I was like, that's a lot for a game. I don't know if I'm going to enjoy this. But after a couple of reviews, I was like, yeah, maybe I should get it, but 80 euros is still, you know, steep. I didn't really want to get into the whole Skylander thing that this thing is trying to rip off. But then all of a sudden they dropped the price 50%. It used to be 80 euros, now it's only 40. So I was like, yeah, I'll order this, because online a used copy was going for more than a new copy. Now that was at like 52 euros or something. I was like, I'm going to get this No Man's Sky for the Switch. I haven't really found the time to open it up yet, but at this price I was like, yeah, it's cool, I'm gonna check it out, I'm going to get this one. Next up is Diablo, the Eternal Collection. It's been so long since I've played a Diablo game, probably going back to PlayStation 1, the first Diablo on the PlayStation, and I was like, well, you know, Nintendo going again with adding a Nintendo character to it. You can get an exclusive Ganondorf armor set in here. That's not the only thing this came with. At the game store that I usually go to, they actually gave us these cool posters, which is pretty cool. I think I'm gonna hang this one on the wall over there where it's all white, and the back is just the cover of the Eternal Collection. The game is actually very addictive. It's the same gameplay over and over again. It's really grinding. The story takes you along, but all you do pretty much is fight skeletons, you fight zombies, you fight vampires, you fight all kinds of stuff, and you know, you're grinding the whole time. You're finding new armor, you're finding upgrades for your weapons, and that's what I think it's all about. I seem to be floating back to this game every once in a while when I just want to brainlessly shoot some zombies, really. So, Diablo, the Eternal Collection, definitely a fun one. Next up is Pokemon Let's Go. I went for the Pikachu edition. I don't know. I was like, I'm gonna go for Pikachu because my little daughter, she calls him Pichulu or something like that. Pichuchu. And I was like, yeah, I have to get like the little ball thingy, because then she can play with it, and you know, then she's more invested in the game. However, my girlfriend took over the game. She's been playing it the whole time. It's basically a retelling of the yellow version for Game Boy that we used to have. Some of the mechanics have changed, like you don't just walk into grass and Pokemons pop up instantaneously. Now you can actually see them running around. You can grab whichever ones you want to fight or you want to catch, and so far it's pretty okay. It is kind of easier than the regular version, but I think this for Nintendo is probably the best thing they could have done, because you already had a couple of adults reliving the past with the Pokemon Go app, and now they're, you know, combining it with this new game, which is again nostalgia, but it's also easy for kids that got into it through the app. And yeah, the Pokeball Plus is just a fun little thing. It's crazy how you only need 2 buttons to really play the whole game, but yeah, it's gimmicky, but yeah, you can't play it with a Pro controller, I think. Next up is the first collector's box I bought a couple of months ago. I had already bought Octopath Traveler, and then I saw the limited edition, or what is this called? This is the Traveler's Compendium edition. A really cool collector's edition in my opinion. This definitely comes with a lot of stuff that's not just regular thrown in stuff and then they call it a collector's edition. This actually comes with a replica of a leaf coin. You got the 8-piece pop-up book, which is pretty nicely done, and then you have a double-sided map of, well, the map within the game. I had already bought the game I had already bought the regular edition of the game, but I was like, oh, I really want to get this collector's edition. So I called up Matthias and he was like, sure, I'll take it. He was like, yeah, so he took it, and that way I could get this one. I will have some close-ups of the actual collector's edition stuff inside so you guys can watch. Then from Octopath Traveler, which is kind of a reimagining of all the 16-bit SNES games that Square Enix put out, we're going back to the past with Mega Drive classics. Now, this is only a €30 game, and it's packed with 50 Mega Drive classics and somewhat not so classic games. Just looking at the back over here, we got Comic Zone. You have Golden Axe 3, which didn't come out in Europe or in America. I'm a really big Golden Axe fan, so I've been wanting to play this game forever. We have all 3 Streets of Rage games. So yeah, this thing is definitely cool. I played it for a bit when I just got it, and there's this cool thing you can actually do. With the L and R buttons, you can actually manipulate the gameplay where you fast forward within the game, or you can press the other button, the L button, to go backwards and, you know, start from there again. So that's pretty neat, and this is definitely the game that's going to be in my Switch console when I head over to the Christmas parties, because some of these are 2-player, and I think we're definitely going to spend some time on these Mega Drive classics next to Smash Brothers, but we'll get to that later. Then we have the next 2 games that Marcel and Dennis made me buy, because they were like, Ed, you have to buy these 2 games. They're like, perfect. Dead Cells is one of the games you need to play this year.
Nice pickup, young Padawan.
So I did that. I bought them both. They weren't like too expensive. They were all around the 25 to 30 euro region. Dead Cells is the first one that they were like, yeah, you need to get this one. This is one of those games where there's too many of this genre out there right now. You have so many indie 8-bit games that, in my opinion, they don't look any good. The only really good retro-like game to me is Shovel Knight, but they were like, you really need to check this out. Well, Dead Cells, in the game, you take possession of a corpse or something, or of dead cells, and what basically happens is whenever you die, you go all the way back to the beginning, but you get to keep all of the cells that you've already killed, so you can upgrade your character, which allows every playthrough to become just a little bit easier, up to the point where you obviously haven't been yet, and then you start grinding again, and that's what makes it so addictive, this game. So it's a Metroidvania game that uses the permadeath thing, but it looks cool. It's good in my book, and I had to buy it because Dennis made me, really. So yeah, next up, this one Marcel made me buy. He was like, Owlboy, this is a great game. This one is a bit more 16-bit graphic style. In Owlboy, you take control of Owlboy, but he's not really the character that does all the work. You have to pick up different characters in there, and they can shoot, or they can do a different ability, which allows you to work out the puzzles and progress through the levels. So yeah, Owlboy, a really great looking game, and these two, I don't know, man. Dennis and Marcel, they were right. I need to get these for my collection. This is definitely up my alley, being mainly a retro gamer. The Switch just has so much retro-inspired games out there that my wallet can't really handle it anymore. Moving on to the next game. another collection, the SNK 40th Anniversary Collection. When I think of SNK, I somehow think of Neo Geo all the time. I think they were the main developer for Neo Geo. Some of the games got ported over to the NES and some other systems, like I think Iron Tank. This doesn't seem to have a list of the games that they're on here. But yeah, I mainly bought this out of curiosity on, hey, what are the games that SNK really put out. So that's why I got this one. I know that they have released free DLC for this game, so there's another 10 retro games added to this game, and it's for free. So free DLC, another one of these things where I'll probably take it along to the Christmas parties and we'll see what happens. And then we're going to close shop with Smash Bros. Ultimate. Oh yeah, I've been dying to get this game. Every Smash Brother game ever since the N64 I was into. So this one I definitely didn't want to miss in my collection. I missed out on pre-ordering the special edition, that this is the limited edition thing, but somehow I got my hands on it. I was just over at the store and was like, maybe you got like one too many. And they were like, well, we found one over in another game store. They're going to send it over. You're going to have to wait a week. And I was like, that's okay by me. I'll wait a week to get this limited edition thing. Now, it's not too great, the limited edition. I know the USA version came with a steelbook and it came with a controller. This is a much bigger box, but what's inside? Let's take a look. You got a really big thing for just the Switch game. Older, so this is just cardboard with the Switch game in it. And then we get to take a look inside. Inside we have a Nintendo GameCube controller adapter, which is the same thing you can use on your Wii or Wii U. And we have a GameCube controller that is specially made for this Smash Bros. Ultimate one. So it's a regular GameCube controller. You can use it on your GameCube, you can use it on the Wii U, you can use it on the Switch with the help of this controller adapter right here. And that's basically it. There's not really anything special. So it's basically just combining a little bit of hardware, bringing the price down because you're getting it in a package deal, and enhancing how you play the game because, well, most people played it on the GameCube, so they want a GameCube controller. And then a little look at the GameCube controller it came with. So I think this one is just a little print thingy on there. The GameCube controller, of course, the GameCube controller, of course, feels great. It's made by Nintendo, none of that third-party crap or anything. So yeah, that's what this thing came with. And now I'm just so busy not making videos. I'm just trying to unlock all the characters in Smash Brothers, and well, it's going okay. Down below in the description I will leave my friend code so you can add me and maybe we can play some Smash Brothers together. And that's gonna be it for this video. I hope to see you all in the next one. Be sure to subscribe, like, and comment, and have a great week or weekend. I don't know where I'm gonna put out this video really. So yeah, bye guys.